guys, you're watching Cait Straight Up, and I'm Caitlin, and today I'm going to show you how to make something that's going to be so much fun for your St. Patrick's Day party. It is something that I am into a lot for right now at this time of year because it is one of my favorite foods in a little bite-sized mini sandwich. It's so much fun. You guys are going to love it. Today we are making open-faced mini Reubens. So there's like 3 things that I like about St. Patrick's Day. You get to usually day drink. You get to usually see a parade. And it's a great excuse to bite into a delicious and amazing Reuben, which is so good. Between that corned beef or pastrami and the Swiss cheese and the Thousand Island or Russian dressing and sauerkraut, yum, and pickles. I mean, tell me that combined does not make something freaking fantastic, because it does. So I would argue with you. But sometimes you don't want like a whole big old Reuben. So this recipe is a great way to enjoy those delicious flavors and not be completely bogged down with your drinking afterwards, or for you to serve at a party. So we're starting with some rye bread right on our regular old cookie sheet, and we're going to start topping it with some toppings. The recipe couldn't be easier. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're starting with either Russian or Thousand Island dressing. I just have some Ken's Russian dressing, and you're just going to put on a decent amount on each slice of bread. So you don't have, they actually won't get soggy because they're going right in the oven, but you don't want to put too much where all you're getting is that Russian dressing. So try to do a nice amount. I usually go through and put a glob on each, and then I'll come back and kind of spread it out with the back of my spoon so that it's nice and even on each piece. Now I love me some pickles, so I like pickles on the bottom of my sandwich and then to top it off as well. If you're not as much of a pickle lover as me, you could just put 2 pickles on top. But trust me, if you put a little bit of pickle on the bottom of your sandwich and then on the top as well, you're getting that flavor all the way through. And it's awesome. And like I said, who doesn't love pickles? If you don't like pickles, if you're one of those few people, I guess you can leave them off completely. But I like to put 2 on the bottom and 2 on top. That is how I make my mini Reuben. After that, it's time for your meat of choice. So I have some shaved corned beef here that I think is absolutely perfect. I like to fluff up my meat a little bit, kind of fold it. This is actually 1 slice, but I kind of like fluffed it a little bit, folded it up so that it looks good on each slice of bread. So you do want kind of a medium sliced cut meat because you want it to be a little bit thicker, and just 1 slice should do it if you have that cut. Now before we add our Swiss cheese, it is time for some sauerkraut. So depending on your thoughts on it, that's how much you're going to want to add to top your sandwich. So if you are not a sauerkraut fan, maybe you even want to leave it off altogether. But if you are, go ahead and put a nice little helping on each individual Reuben, and then that cheese will melt over it, kind of securing it as an open-faced sandwich. So that's why we're putting our sauerkraut first, so that the cheese then kind of pushes it all in and together, and it just all is wonderful. So if you make your sauerkraut homemade or purchase it pre-made, either way is fine. The only thing that you do want to do is make sure to completely drain your kraut, because you don't want that sauerkraut liquid, that water that it's in, to get your sandwiches all soggy. So make sure that no matter if you cooked it or if you bought it, that you kind of drain it out in your sink using a strainer, or if it's in a package, you could just snip a corner and force out all the water. But really make sure to drain it as much as you can so that the liquid does not make your bread soggy. So on this plate right here, I have a slice of Swiss cheese that I kind of cut into a triangle like this. It was just right in half, corner to corner. I'm going to place 1 slice like this on each of my open-faced sandwiches. It's the perfect amount. Now the reason why we have our paper under our sandwiches is because some of this cheese is obviously going to melt off and, drip onto your tray. So to save yourself some cleaning, especially if you're having a party, make sure to put some paper down or even some tin foil underneath your open-faced sandwiches. But lay out your cheese, and then they are ready for the oven. Now, I know I told you we were going to get another round of pickles in, but that is not for now. That is after they come out. So for right now, these are going in your 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Now, you're going to want to keep an eye on them, and if it looks like your cheese is melting really good, then go ahead and pull them out. Nothing needs to actually cook, but you want to give it enough time so that your cheese can get nice and melted. And once they're nice and hot out of your oven, you're just going to go through with 1 more round of those pickles right on top. Squeeze it in that melted cheese. Trust me, you guys are going to love this. And then it's time to dig in. So whether you're Irish or partying for St. Patrick's or whatever you're doing, I think you will absolutely love this recipe. If you love a Reuben as much as I do, but don't always want to dig into something super big, this is going to be your saving grace this St. Patrick's Day. It's really, really awesome. And how good do these look? These look so freaking fantastic. You are going to love them for St. Patrick's Day. Make sure to subscribe to Cait Straight Up for more fun recipes like this on every Tuesday. Find me on Instagram, on Twitter, Cait Straight Up Cooking. And other than that, guys, cheers. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. And dig into these awesome Reubens. You're going to love them. See you next time. Bye-bye.